If you're not yet married and you're on the market looking to get married and you want some incredibly powerful advice as to what to look for in a spouse, then you're going to find this video incredibly beautiful. The scholars have mentioned countless blessings to getting married, and one of them, which is pretty much never spoken about, is the fact that marriage is a preview for the complete blessing you have in Jannah through the incomplete one you have in this dunya. In other words, when you get married, you're going to realize just how incredible marriage is. You're going to feel a sense of completeness, as if there's something that's always been missing from your life before you got married. Your heart is going to be filled with sakina and tranquility that Allah mentions in the Quran when a man and woman come together and get married. And you're also going to taste this sweet, tender, beautiful love, this mawadda between each other, where you can fulfill your desires with each other, feel comfortable around each other, and sacrifice things for one another just because of how beautiful that feeling is. Yet despite all of these pleasures I've mentioned, they all remain limited and incomplete compared to the perfect and complete ones that Allah has prepared for us in Jannah. So the million-dollar question you might be thinking is, what does this benefit that the scholars have mentioned have to do with advice for people that are on the market looking to get married? Well, long story short, short story long, if you want to experience that perfect, complete blessing that Allah has prepared for you in Jannah for eternity, you need to select someone in this imperfect, temporary world that will help you to get there in the first place. And just like that, Allah has shown you through this benefit a powerful bit of wisdom that will allow you to know the priorities of what to look for in a spouse when you're on the market. And I emphasize, if your top priority is finding the most beautiful spouse out there, then know there will come a day where those looks will fade away. If your top priority is finding someone that is rich so that they can give you the temporary pleasures of this dunya, then know that one day you're going to wake up in the Lamborghini as if it's just a Mazda. But if you prioritize looking for someone with good deen, then not only are you going to spend the rest of your days together trying to get access to that perfect, complete pleasure with each other, but you will also in the process have an incredible life in this life of fulfilling each other's rights to the best of your ability and living a life of peace and tranquility. And that's why the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he said about the person who selects someone based on their deen, taribat yadah, that they will be filled with prosperity, because by selecting someone like that, you get the best of this life and the next life too. And that's also why the Prophet ﷺ, he said that out of all the pleasures of the dunya, traveling, chilling with your friends, going to restaurants, out of all these pleasures, the greatest pleasure of all is having a righteous spouse. So make sure you put deen as number one and be ready to compromise with everything else, because that is where true ultimate prosperity will be found.